Have you ever felt like the person closest to you, maybe your partner, just has this way of making you doubt yourself?
Oh, absolutely. That feeling where you start questioning your own gut, your reality,
Exactly. Like your memories or even your sanity are constantly being put on trial.
that persistent self-doubt. It's a huge red flag in any relationship. It often points to dynamics that are, well, unhealthy, potentially toxic.
Right. We need to be clear. This isn't always about, big dramatic fights or obvious abuse.
Not at all. Often it's much more subtle.
Yeah, those little things,
Yeah.
like constant put-downs that are maybe disguised as jokes
Mhm.
or controlling behavior that's framed as them just caring about you.
Things like always needing to know where you are, or maybe dismissing your feelings, telling you you're too sensitive.
Yes, those things might seem small individually, but they add up, don't they? They create this pattern.
They absolutely do. And it's crucial to understand that while, yes, all abusive relationships are toxic, not every toxic relationship involves what people traditionally think of as abuse, like physical violence.
So we're focusing on those patterns. The disrespect, maybe dishonesty, control. The stuff that just leaves you feeling drained.
Exactly. That constant feeling of being drained, criticized, or questioning your own worth. That's the core of it.
Can we talk a bit about the different forms? Because it's not just one thing.
Sure. There's emotional abuse, the constant criticism, humiliation, making you feel worthless.
That really chips away at your self-esteem.
Definitely. Then there's verbal abuse, yelling, name-calling, threats, intimidation.
And economic abuse too, right? Controlling the money.
Yes, that's a big one. It's a powerful way to keep someone trapped, limiting their independence. And of course, there can be sexual and physical abuse as well.
It's vital to see how these behaviors, even the subtle ones, can really impact you deep down.
Oh, completely. If you're constantly told you're wrong or stupid or unlikable,
You start to believe it after a while.
you do. And if your reality is always denied, you lose trust in your own judgment. It's like your internal compass just goes haywire.
Which leads to a really tough question.
Yeah.
Why is it so incredibly hard to leave these situations? It seems simple from the outside, but it's not.
It's incredibly complex. Fear is a major factor, wouldn't you say?
Huge. Fear of threats, maybe physical ones, maybe emotional blackmail, or even financial ruin if you try to leave.
The person causing harm often knows exactly which buttons to push, how to manipulate you into staying, making you believe things will only get worse.
And if there are kids involved, that adds a whole other layer of difficulty.
Oh, absolutely. Concerns about the children's well-being, the impact on them, the fear of custody battles. It's a massive weight.
It can feel like an impossible choice, trying to protect them while also protecting yourself.
And then there are the feelings. It's complicated.
Yeah, you might still have love for the person, or at least a strong attachment, remembering the good times, hoping things will change back.
That hope can be a very powerful anchor, keeping you stuck even when things are consistently bad.
Plus, the practical side, like money. Financial dependence is a real trap.
It really is. If you don't control the finances or you don't have your own income, how do you even imagine supporting yourself, maybe your kids?
It feels like a cage.
It does. And often there's this deep sense of shame, too.
Right. Feeling embarrassed to tell friends or family what's really going on. You worry they'll judge you, or maybe you even blame yourself somehow.
That isolation makes everything harder. It keeps the problem hidden and strengthens the toxic partner's control.
You end up carrying this heavy secret all alone.
And sometimes there's codependency involved, that unhealthy dynamic where one person gives and the other just takes.
You feel responsible for them, maybe, like you have to fix them or take care of them, even at your own expense.
Exactly. Your own needs, your own safety, they just get pushed aside. It warps your sense of what's acceptable.
You start making excuses for their behavior, minimizing how bad it really is.
Or even believing you're the problem, that you cause the fights, that you need to change.
That's such a common and heartbreaking part of this.
It really is. And this ties into something called gaslighting.
Ah, yes. That term gets used a lot, but it's important to understand what it actually is.
It's a specific type of manipulation where someone systematically denies your reality.
Like saying, that never happened, or you're remembering it wrong even when you know what you saw or heard.
Precisely. Or you're crazy, you're too sensitive. The goal is to make you doubt your own perceptions, your memory, even your sanity.
So you stop trusting yourself.
Exactly, which makes you more dependent on the person gaslighting you. It's incredibly insidious.
Okay, so for someone listening right now, recognizing these patterns, feeling that anxiety, What can they actually do? What are the steps?
Well, the first and maybe most crucial step is starting to build a safety net quietly.
Okay, what does that look like?
It means thinking ahead, making a plan. Where could you go if you needed to leave, even temporarily? A friend's place, family, a shelter.
Right, the practical logistics.
Yes. And what essentials would you need? Important documents, ID, bank info, birth certificates, maybe some cash set aside, medications.
Thinking through those details beforehand gives you a sense of control, doesn't it?
It really empowers you. It makes leaving seem less like a terrifying leap into the unknown and more like a planned action.
And alongside that planning, working towards independence seems key, especially financially.
Oh, absolutely critical. Even small steps matter here. Can you look into job training? Update your resume? Maybe take on some part-time work, anything to build your own resources.
Financial autonomy really is a pathway to freedom in these situations.
It gives you options. It gives you power. Another vital step is breaking the silence.
Or talking to someone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Find at least one person you trust, a friend, a family member, maybe a colleague, and confide in them.
Just saying it out loud can be a relief, I imagine.
It can lift a huge weight. And they might be able to offer practical help or just emotional support, which is invaluable.
And if you feel physically unsafe,
then it's really important to consider informing local authorities. Documenting things can also be helpful. You don't have to handle this alone.
what about professional help? Therapists, support groups?
Highly recommended. A therapist experienced in relationship issues or trauma can provide a safe space to process everything.
They can help you understand the dynamics, build coping strategies.
Exactly. And give you tools and support to make changes and stick to them. Support groups are also amazing. Connecting with others who understand is so validating.
And if you're married, maybe talking to a lawyer.
Yes, a family law attorney can help you understand your rights and options regarding separation, divorce, custody, finances. It's good to know where you stand legally.
Okay, so you've made a plan, you have some support. What about interacting with the person you're leaving?
This is often the hardest part, but cutting off contact is usually necessary for healing.
Why is that so important?
Because toxic partners are often very skilled at manipulation. They might try to guilt you, charm you, or scare you into coming back. Any contact can reopen that door.
Unless you have kids together, right? Then you have to communicate somehow.
True. In co-parenting situations, communication should be strictly limited to essential information about the children. Keep it factual, brief, and neutral. Maybe use email or a co-parenting app.
And if they won't respect boundaries, if you still feel harassed or unsafe,
That's when exploring options like a restraining order might be necessary for your safety.
okay. And after leaving, that's not the end of the journey, is it?
Not at all. That's when the healing process really begins. And it takes time. So self-care is absolutely vital.
Being kind to yourself.
Yes, really prioritize your well-being. Be patient. Don't feel pressured to jump into another relationship. Focus on rediscovering yourself.
Like picking up old hobbies or trying something new you've always wanted to do.
Exactly. Reconnect with things that bring you joy. Spend time with people who lift you up. Maybe pursue a personal goal. It's about reclaiming you.
That's such an important message.
And if you're listening and this is hitting close to home, please, please hear this. It is not your fault.
You're not to blame for someone else's abusive or toxic behavior.
Absolutely not. You deserve respect. You deserve safety. You deserve to feel valued. Leaving is incredibly difficult, incredibly brave.
But it is possible.
It is absolutely possible to build a much happier, healthier life for yourself. There is hope. There are good people out there.
And help is available. Don't hesitate to reach out.
Please don't. The National Domestic Violence Hotline is available 24/7. The number is 1-800-799-7233. It's confidential, and they can help you figure out next steps.
That's 1-800-799-7233. So important to have that resource.
Definitely. And there are many other mental health resources available too.
So wrapping up this deep dive, the key takeaway is that recognizing you're in a toxic situation and deciding to leave is a monumental act of courage.
It truly is. It's the first vital step towards reclaiming your life, your peace, your happiness.
It's about choosing yourself.
Yes. And maybe a thought to leave you with is this. What's one small act of self-compassion you can offer yourself today, right now?
That's a powerful question.
What tiny step, no matter how small it feels, can you take towards building the safe, fulfilling life you genuinely deserve? Remember, you are stronger than you realize.
A brighter future is possible.